Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Vanilla Minecraft. Vanilla Craft, if you will. The last time we went on a bit of an aquatic adventure, eventually settling in this little place right here, just outside of a forest. We also ran into some crazy world gen last episode with so many ocean monuments, shipwrecks, and all other kinds of crazy business. So, let's get into today's episode of just plain insanity. Okay, so my plan for today's episode is to go underground. And start doing the one thing that you absolutely should do in a game like this. Go mining. And it just so happens that just outside of our base there, just right outside of our base here, is this little crevice that goes down into the ground. Now we are going to have to be careful because, you know, this place is not lit up well at all, but even if this is not like a full-fledged mine or anything, we can make it one, so we don't necessarily need to worry about that too much. The main thing I just have to do for myself here at the start is to just give myself a chance to be able to get up and down easier. The only way we can do that is just to more or less mine a path out. Something like that, maybe? Yeah, there we go. That way we at least have a way to get up and down. And then we could just easily make our way back up from there. So this will probably be pretty much most of the episode today, just us being underground. Along with picking up some of our resources along the way if need be. And the first thing we run into, a crap ton of diorite. I mean a lot of diorite. We can't mine it all up because, well, we do need the way back out, but it is kind of crazy how this is the first thing we run into. Just diorite city. One thing we are going to have to watch out for, I just realized, is that we're going to have to watch out for mobs that want to come up from on the top side. Because they could just lock into us, come down the steps, and then try to unalive us in cold blood. Is it brutal? Yes. Is it typical of Minecraft? You better believe it. Also, you can tell that we are just barely not even below ground level because of that dirt there. So, yeah, this is probably going to be a little bit of a crazy thing, but, well, what do you expect? But at least now we have at least the basics, at the very least. The absolute basics to work with. And of course we gotta make sure that we have our food situation sorted, so that should help. So now we just have to do what everyone does, just mine. And just go make our way down. Also, this is the first video that uses the new Copper Age update, right? As this world has this update successfully to version 1.21.10, which means me running to copper here is actually not bad. Because we can use copper for a lot of things, including hitting copper tools and the like. We just have to smelt it down first, obviously, but this is definitely a much better way of being able to use our copper and stuff. Speaking of, I guess I should bring my copper from the top side, just so that way we have all of our copper in one place. There we go. As you can tell by the recipes unlocked, there are a lot more copper related stuff, of course, to mess around with, so this will make things a little bit more interesting. Okay. For example, now we can actually use a copper her helmet. It's not much better than the leather, but it'll do. Okay, put that in there. And bring a little bit of wool because we might as well make a backup bed while we're down there, since we're probably not going to be seeing the sun for a while. There we go. It might not be the best place to put a bed, but hey, what are you gonna do? Ooh. I guess while I'm here, I may as well make our pickaxe. It's because if I know one thing about these pickaxes, if I know one thing about mining expeditions, you're definitely gonna need your pickaxes, because, well, you can't go mining without a pickaxe. Seems pretty self-explanatory, but it's still. Yeah, I expect to hear that noise a lot. Yep. Like I just said, expect to hear that noise a lot on today's episode. Just that noise of the pickaxe just saying it's had enough. Started getting dark on the top side, so this is gonna be the first episode of the series where we pretty much have to brave the night. Oh, goody. Gravel. Oh yeah, that's smart. Alright, don't build yourself away. There. Ah, piss. Piss. If you try to screw me, zombies, I have one of the new items. I'm ready for you to meet it. So don't test me. I really should make a shovel. Okay, we got some flint. We can make a flint and steel for when we have to light the nether portal later in the series. There is a lot of gravel down here, and I mean a lot. Well, at least the good news is at least copper tools have pretty decent durability. The bad news is, well, they're not quite as good as iron, but I'll sacrifice a tiny bit of speed and Arcades if it means that, you know, we can actually properly do things. Okay. Well, at least the good news is no mobs are actually following us. That's for now, at least. So we can afford to relax a little bit, but when I hear noises like that, I get nervous. When I get nervous, I get, well, yeah, you get the gist. And now we've run into a completely different and stone type. Granite. So we found granite and we found copper, but so far we've been coming up kind of empty-handed so far. Great. Well, at least we finally dug out of granite hell, more or less. Bad news is it is getting... Okay. Okay. Well, we just found a point of interest. A point of interest that would probably hurt us if we tried to do anything with it. So, yeah, that's not particularly great. Yeah, 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 yeah. Go ahead and pound sand for all I care. Ah! Jackass. Absolute jackass. Suppose we could put all our gravel, diorite, and granite in here. Lord knows we're not going to need it anytime soon. Oh, there's another section in over here. Why did I do that? Oh, this one goes even farther than the one that I found earlier. Or last episode. Sorry, Mr. Sheep. Well, the creeper hole didn't actually do that much damage, so... Excuse me. It didn't do that much damage, so I think we got off lightly there. For now, at least. Yes, I know it seems kind of ridiculous to me to do that, but in my opinion, it's just better to just use them up like that than it is to just let them break. Besides, they're still getting a little something for the trouble, so it's not like you're gonna get completely boned. So there's two. So the main takeaway here is that there's two places that we can go underground, which is honestly not bad. Okay, so that solves our stick situation, at least for the short term. Alright, so now we can go back to this spot that I found just a moment ago. Go and see if we can do anything about it. More copper? Now that copper is actually useful, oh, I don't mind seeing this at all. I have a feeling that my pickaxe is going to break here in just a little bit. It just about is dead, so... Oh God. Okay, Mr. Skeleton, you can calm the fuck down. Ow. Yeah, get out of here. Okay, this leads into that frickin' cave system that I saw on the other side. Alright. Okay. Nice to see that we got confirmation and clarification on that. Thanks. I don't know if copper can mine the same stuff as stone, but it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it to try at the very least. Okay, so it had a little bit more life left in it. Okay, so it's not too bad. Alright. We're definitely gonna need a lot more torches where we're going. I made him blow up their friend. Yeah, that's right. Get out of here. Copper being able to mine itself. That. Why was I about to be surprised about that? Then. Why was I about to be surprised about that? That's not surprising. Oh god. Well, at least my reflexes are pretty. My reflexes may not be super great, but they are good enough to sense that kind of danger. Okay. There's a lot of gravel here, and I'm not entirely sure why. Okay. But you can easily just claim this as an occupational hazard. What the hell? Right. Okay, they just let me take out their own kind twice over for free. What is that noise? Oh. Yeah, nice try. Nice try, you little shit. I know this episode isn't exactly as exciting as the first two, but this is what happens when you go mining. Things tend to get boring rather quickly. Especially since you're gonna be seeing a lot of the same things over and over and over and over again. And I believe we have just ran into... What the hell? Okay, there's like a underground... there's like some kind of lake. Some kind of underground lake here. There. Okay, this is kind of... This is kind of cool. That's pretty cool. I guess. Okay. This basically opens up a bit of a alternative path, so to say. Oh, we're basically just going up above where we just were. What was I thinking? I was like, really, that messed up from seeing this underground lake. Like to where I thought, oh hey, this is a good idea. Excuse me. But, good grief. Okay, so it's not really a full-on lake. It's more like a little crevasse, if you will, but this is still kind of neat. Whee! Alright, I forgot about that bit. I forgot about that bit. Although it does look like this little pocket. It does look like it goes deeper, but I don't really want to run risk of drowning, so yeah. And it's nighttime again. Great. Just great. Well, at least the good news is at least the outside was quiet. Or at least quiet enough for me to be able to do that, so I'll take it. So meanwhile, we'll just let that cook. And we'll just continue on. Now we can come back around to this side. Okay, I kind of underestimated the durability of these tools. They're actually pretty good. Okay. Good grief, this is a lot of coal. Like, this is the most gold I've seen in a good while. And I've been playing the game since, like, version 1.11, so... yeah, this is a pretty big amount of coal, even by my standards. That's pretty much all that side had to offer. Can you mine? Yes, he can. Beautiful. Okay, so this kind of just ends after a little while. But at least we found some more iron. I'm not gonna complain. So, this wound up being a little underwhelming, but I mean, it's not the worst. It didn't exactly result in the worst thing in the world. Well, we did get at least more proper equipment. For what's worth, copper is pretty decent. There it goes. But that has some pretty damn good durability to it. I'm honestly genuinely surprised. It's a positive surprise, but it's a good surprise. Okie dokie. And the site. Crapload of flint, rock flash, crapload of gravel, arrows, which we can't use right yet, gravel, stone, crapload of coal, bread, bundle full of dirt, boat. Why did I do it like that? Oh, they're basically identical. Okay. So I guess it's just a matter of preference in that case. Yes. Alright. I see what you're picking. I'm seeing what you're putting down, game. And we need one more piece of iron too. Ooh. Guess I shouldn't have spent it on the helmet, but eh. There we go. Okie dokie. we don't have a bucket yet. Yeah. We're just gonna have to plant them there and just hope for the best. But at least that's another achievement off the list. Well, that's a good little pool area. And then there's this area. Okay. Not too much extra. Not too much extra, but every little bit does help in the end. I don't know why I did it like that. We can take that and then basically make more. At least make sure that coal won't be a problem for a while. Plus, we can always just get more wooden stuff if need be, so it's not the worst thing in the world. And the sun's starting to set again. That never fails to crack me up, just to jump up and strike and just one-shot certain mobs and stuff like that with the axe. I can see why some people like that. Jeez, that's a lot of experience. Just for smelting copper, by the way. That's just for smelting copper. There. Good golly. But yeah, I'm probably gonna cut this episode just a little shorter than my previous two because there's not really a whole lot to really report on. This has been our mining dedicated episode after all. And yeah, I understand that this was a little bit more boring than usual, but that's just how the cookie crumbles. But at least we're up to level 14, even if it doesn't really matter all that much. That's just for enchanting, but we won't be able to enchant for quite a while, unfortunately. But in any case, that will be today's episode. I'm sorry things weren't quite as high-paced as the previous two episodes, but that's kind of what happens when you go into the underworld. Things typically don't get very exciting, at least not for a while. But hopefully episode 4 will be a little bit more exciting as we do our business in Minecraft. But in any case, thank you all for watching. And if you like this video, hit the like button down below. Also subscribe if you're new here. Turn the bell on to see more, to keep up on episodes like this. And comment down below if you have something on your mind. Hopefully it won't take me 2 weeks to make another video. Even if it's due to unforeseen circumstances. In any case, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode where things will hopefully be a little bit more interesting. Ciao.